Welcome to Go Gettas podcast, but we haven't quite decided yet. We're doing it anyway. I am Colby.
And I'm a ghost of a kid inside of a bear outfit.
Really? We're getting right into it?
But you can call me Fee.
Wow. Okay.
We don't have to get right into it, but I forgot what I was originally going to say, but then I saw the trailer. I mean, I guess now we have to get into it.
Yeah, now, I mean, you've mentioned it. It would make no sense to loop back around.
We can loop back around. I mean, we've never done anything straight in our whole lives.
Listen, for many years, I was under the impression that I was extremely straight. So for many years, I was
not
about as straight as you could be.
Not me. Only like to other people. I'd be like, I'm straight as an arrow, but like on the inside, I was curvy as a gay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess like both ways. I'm bi.
Yeah, we all know, Fee.
Yeah, I know. Can't you see the color of my avatar? I'm the bi-colors.
Yeah, it's true. But so am I. Oh, but yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes it worse. Fee.
Yes?
We both watched this trailer for Frederick Fazbear's Entertainment Pizza Corporation.
Oh yeah, I've seen it twice.
Okay. You know what? Let's reorganize this. Let's organize this in a good and bad, okay? Let's talk about the good things first. Okay?
Okay. May I start?
Oh, absolutely.
Matthew Lillard. Good.
Who is he?
He's what's his name? Purple guy.
Oh, he is? Oh no.
He was in the trailer. I
didn't recognize him.
I know, right?
Pretty good.
That's how you know he's a good actor.
He disappears into the role. You don't see the actor no more.
You know, you're so used to hearing him as Shaggy that you can't picture him as anything else.
Listen, to be fair, my first Matthew Lillard experience was 13 Ghosts, okay? So.
Oh, dude, same. No. What's that movie that they used to show on Comedy Central where he had the blue mohawk?
Was that Hackers?
No, it was like something punk. It was like
SLC Punk?
Yeah, SLC Punk.
Yeah.
It was that and then 13 Ghosts. And he was wildly different in 13 Ghosts than anything I've ever sseen him do.
Yeah. He's a pretty good actor. Big fan.
He's a great actor. And then he peaked at Shaggy. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, he was born to be Shaggy.
As far as memes go, I don't think he's ever going to have another meme-worthy thing more than that.
Oh no. I think he's not the one that started. He did start that was only 10% of my power, right? He's the one who started that. I think in like the behind the scenes of Scooby-Doo, I think. Mm-hmm. I think he's the one who started that.
I would believe it. If that was true, if you told me that, I believe it.
I would too. He's a pretty cool guy. He's been in a lot of stuff, but like notably Shaggy and 13 Ghosts. And
that's the one.
probably other stuff. But was he in Scream? Yeah, he was in Scream. He was one of the bad guys, wasn't he?
He was, yes.
Yeah, so
he's done a lot of stuff.
He's done a lot of stuff.
You know, I mean, he's had some iconic roles, but he's no Josh Hutcherson. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I only know Josh Hutcherson.
There you go.
From the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And Zathura.
Zathura, yeah, he was in Zathura. He was in
Bridge to Terabithia.
He was in Bridge to Terabithia. He was in Journey to the Mysterious Island.
I'll say I know him in a lot more stuff than I thought I did.
Yeah, that was the thing that was surprising because I was like, okay, who's the other guy? It's Josh Hutcherson, right? And then I looked it up and was like, oh, he's actually a pretty accomplished voice actor too. That's kind of interesting.
Really? What's he voice?
So he's about to be Ultraman in Ultraman.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty wicked.
Yeah. Let's see. He was in. I think he was in Polar Express.
Was he Hero Boy?
He was Hero Boy. Yes.
I only oh shit. I don't know why do I fucking give myself away that I know things that I don't wish I knew.
Yeah. Good question, Fee. Now everybody's like, they're all gonna laugh at you.
What's funny is he voiced Hero Boy, but Tom Hanks mocapped him.
Oh, good. we love a good Hero Boy mocap.
And what's it called? It's I've never seen that movie. Never.
Me either.
But I've seen too many people review it or talk about it that I feel like I've seen it, right?
Yeah.
And that's the movie with the gross Steven Tyler elf.
Mm-hmm.
And also one of the voices of one of the kids in the train is Mandark.
Oh, good. We love a good Mandark.
He's the annoying kid that everyone makes fun of.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
I haven't watched the Polar Express at all. I've only seen the memes, and I've only seen snippets of the movie. And even snippets of the movie, I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why is this made?
It's based on a book.
Well, that means it's good. So never mind. I take it all back.
Books are good, so movie good.
Right? The other thing that old Hutch Dog has been in is Howl's Moving Castle that you may know of.
No shit.
Yeah, he was Markle. Markle's the kid.
Oh, you're gonna say you got to remind
Markle's
me.
the kid with the cape, I believe.
Say because I haven't seen Howl's Moving Castle since they showed it on Cartoon Network that one time.
The one time they've only, Howl's Moving Castle only ever been on TV once. If you missed it, you missed it.
You had to be there.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, we've talked about this before, but man, I do remember back in the day being like, no, I have to be finished with dinner and back in my room by 8 p.m. because the Kenan and Kel finale is on, and I have to be there for it because this is part 2 of a 2-parter. Yeah,
so I have to watch it. I have to watch the Kenan and Kel movie where they go on a road trip.
Yeah. Otherwise, when am I gonna see it? Who knows if they're ever gonna play it again?
Yeah, that was back when the TV Guide channel was on 25.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, dinner and a movie showing Leprechaun 2.
Hell yeah.
It's like I gotta go to TNT and watch fucking Leprechaun 2.
Hell yeah.
I remember me and my brother and some of my cousins, like we would have a movie night. I'm not trying to say the good old days, like we couldn't just look it up now and do the same.
We can't have a movie night now.
I just feel like it was like something else back then because you had to clear your time. You had to make sure everyone was together and you couldn't rewind it. You just had to be there.
Yeah. Oh no, Fee, your audio did the thing. No, I'm gonna throw up from how much work this is going to be.
No. Okay, hold on. All right. Is it back?
Nope.
Is it back?
Nope.
Oh no! What in the world?
My favorite thing about this is that, dear listener,
hello.
There you go. If you could hear Fee's voice is just 1,000 miles away. Is it back? Can you hear me?
Hey guys! I don't mean to do this. I don't know why. I didn't do it last time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why this time.
But
it's back. Anyway, so like I say, you just have to be there. It's kind of one of those things.
Yeah, the other nice thing was that especially if you were watching a movie on TV, it doesn't matter if somebody doesn't show up or not. Like, that alleviates you of the responsibility. It's not like, oh, this guy's late, this guy's peeing, we've got to wait to like grab the snacks, or the pizza's not here yet. It's like the movie is starting at that time. Just be ready or don't.
If it's on the TV, you know when bathroom break is. That's when the commercial comes on.
Yeah.
So, like, you have this time. You know what time it's good. You know what time it's gonna start. So that's why you like prepare. You get fucking prepared. Then you get together on the couch or the bed or the floor, get comfy and watch the movie on your fucking CRT TV.
Hell yeah.
And let's bring it back because we're getting far away from.
We are. So Josh Hutch is
Joshy Jew.
Jay Hutchie is playing your titular character. Presumably, let me see. Is he named Mike Schmidt? I don't know.
No, that is not.
Yeah, his name is Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt. Good old Mikey. In all the FNaF lore, he was definitely the guy.
Yeah. He's
I feel like it would have been better if they just kept him unnamed, right?
Yeah, but it depends. So, okay. For anybody out there that hasn't seen this trailer, effectively it's the same trailer as FNaF 1 with the addition of a police person and a child. So those three people are now in this situation.
So like you don't just have security guard who stays stationary in the security room. You now have a child who, I guess, presumably leaves the restaurant because she's shown getting a taxi and finding Golden Freddy and like going around. And I guess every day that security guard is there, maybe he's doing investigation because he finds the ghost children in the woods.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And, so let's get into this. We gotta. Okay. We can't talk about the children yet, because we have to talk about the good things first. Okay.
Okay.
And the children are not the good things.
Well, okay. So what else is good things?
Animatronics. They actually look pretty close to the game, which is surprising. Oh man, this is what I was talking about. I was like, would that be considered good? I feel like it's Uncanny Valley. Oh, it is.
It's almost there. Like, man, I'm not expecting them to have animatronics the whole time, but like when you see them on stage, yeah, it's good. When you see them moving, it's like, oh no, like
yeah. So the thing is, they could. And I'm not saying that they will, but they could tilt that into the Uncanny Valley on purpose and in a way that's like creepy, to where they're like, oh, these movements are kind of unnatural, instead of being, these movements are unnatural and they look like a PlayStation 3 game. But that's what they are now.
Yeah. So like they look like they ripped the movements straight out of the game, right? And cleaned them up.
Yeah.
Which can be good, but like it looks like they're layered over the top of what they filmed.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of it's a weird look, but the actual like design of the animatronics is like totally intact. They didn't do a thing where they're like, oh, this is how this animatronic would look like in real life. They were like, we're just gonna take what's in the game and put it in real life, and then they did that.
Don't you hate that? Like you're going to a video game movie and they're like, this is how they'd look in the real world. And they like, it changes them like not slightly, but like moderately.
Yeah.
Like they did with
Detective Pikachu, they did a great job.
Well, that's because he just looked like Pikachu, but like more plush.
Yeah. With fur. It was great.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
But I hate what they did to Charizard.
Yes.
Oh, Charizard was a nightmare.
He looked a little wet. He looked
gross. He looked like I don't even. He looked like a crocodile skin purse It looked like crocodile boots.
Yeah.
It was so gross. I mean, they could have kept him smooth, and it probably like would have looked weird. But I guess they were giving him texture because they're real,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
They were
But
like, he's a
still-
lizard. This is what lizards look like. They look kind of wet. And I
I'm
was like, take it back. take it back.
I'm like, we can do without that. But it looked good. It wasn't. He didn't overstay his welcome, so it's fine. Sonic, the updated, not ugly.
The
Sonic.
updated Sonic, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good, but ugly Sonic.
Oh yeah. And I will say these animatronics are somewhere between ugly Sonic and good Sonic.
Okay,
they're not horrific to look at, but I
No.
mean, the thing is, if they were horrific to look at, that would almost make it better. So I don't know.
Maybe it would like be more of like the campy of like what the game is.
Yeah, or like, you know, they start playing for they start playing on fears with like, oh, this doesn't look right. This is like, I know how this is supposed to move, and it's not doing that, and it's.
To be fair, we haven't seen them in full motion.
That's true. That's true.
We've only seen them in standing positions or like looking at the camera, and like they're alluding to them moving, but they're not showing them moving. And I think that's a good idea, keeping it for like the theaters. We're not like, it's not like the trailer for the game where you see Foxy running through the hallway.
Yeah.
I think of course they're gonna move around more because like I think it would be a disservice to it if you didn't show them coming after good old Josh.
Joshy.
Josh, here's the thing. We saw it before we started recording, and Colby was like, they added so many things, and I was like, no, they didn't. The only person that is not supposed to be there, Springtrap.
No, they're okay. I will say the other good thing about this movie is the set.
Yeah, the pizzeria looks great.
It looks awesome. Now, as far as things added to this, we have Springtrap. I don't think Golden Freddy was in the first game.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in the first game. There was like, I don't know the percentage, but that you can get him if you looked in one of the closets, that you can just get Golden Freddy.
Oh. Okay. All right. Huh. Interesting. I had no idea that he was in there. Okay, so take that one away. Okay. Here's I will like Springtrap is not supposed to be there. Confirmed. We all know this. You know who else is not supposed to be there?
Ooh.
Any of those fucking kids. None of those kids are supposed to be there. Like,
yeah, but those aren't animatronics.
In the trailer, we see old Joshy in the woods with these 6 kids that run away. It's heavily implied. These are the spirits of the children that inhabit the animatronics, which, by the way, is not a thing we even got confirmed or knew about until like many games into the series.
Well, I mean, look, this movie is a proof of concept. We don't know if we're gonna get a Five Nights at Freddy's 2 or 3 or beyond, right?
Yeah,
like of
sure.
course we can't get like a what was it? 3 was in the house, right?
Mm-hmm. No,
we're not.
I think 4 was in the house.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
We were not gonna get a Five Nights at Freddy's 4 where it's a little kid in a house and it's just nightmares.
Yeah,
like that. No one would show up to theaters to see that.
Here's the thing, like they picked something in the middle, right? They said, okay, if we're only gonna get one movie, we're gonna dump all of the lore in here, which I have to tell you, not a great move, in my opinion. Reason being, like, Five Nights at Freddy's is really good as far as lore goes because it's not much. You have to piece it together, and you're like, you feel like an investigative journalist doing it. Here, in the fucking trailer, they're like, the animatronics come to life because there's ghosts in them. You're like, oh, God, okay, cool.
Yeah, but like,
way to ruin it.
They're doing this for like some of the kids, right? Or like, because not like, how long has it been since the game came out? Like, we've talked about this, 5-6 years. It's
since
almost
the first one.
Yeah,
Oh God.
5, 6 years.
I think it's more. It's 8.
2014, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
almost
Uh,
a decade.
yeah. Almost. Yeah. 9.
And like, who's really keeping up with the lore? Like, besides
Matt
people
Pat.
like that are like,
It's just
we're
Matt
not
Pat.
talking about Matt. We're not talking about Matt Pat. Everyone watches Matt Pat to get the lore and refresh themselves.
That is
But
correct.
every time, like, you have to watch the most recent one because, like, in before he's like he would throw out these stupid accusations. He's like, "Oh, this sprinkled it down." So, oh, I in my theory, which is a game theory,
Mm-hmm.
it might just be this girl who's this person who's at the grave at the end of this cutscene, and then
Mm-hmm.
like the next one, he was like, "Well, I was wrong last time, but now I
Yeah.
think it's this." Like every fucking time, I hate. And we've talked about it. I hate Matt Pat's fucking voice. It's so grating.
God. Okay. This is. You and my wife are very similar in that whenever you're like criticizing a particular thing that you don't like, both of you are like go as hard as humanly possible, and then I'm like, I don't think it's that much, and then when pushed on, you go, I just don't like them. You're like, okay, so you can't be like, here's a criticism of this person's art. It's awful, and I hate this, and like the colors are bad, and like all the line art is terrible, and I'm like, I don't think it's that bad actually, and you're like, yeah, but the artist sucks. I hate them.
Yeah, but I didn't say anything that was untrue. I mean, you agreed with me that Matt Pat's voice is grating.
And no, it is. You're correct. But like, that's part of being a YouTube theorist, dog. Is like you throw out some stuff, and you're like, I got a bunch of evidence that comes together to form. It's not actually purple guy. It's pink guy.
He has a brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I think it's just his voice because like I could hear you talk like that and be fine, but Matt Pat's voice there's something about it that just like gets under my skin after a while, like hearing him talk. Like he sound. I'm pretty sure it's not. He always sounds like he has a holier than thou fucking attitude about everything. Like I'm the guy who spent hours like researching, so I know better. In this instance, he does, but like I feel like he does that with like everyday life. Honey, I didn't want broccoli for dinner. What the fuck is this? I think it's time for a divorce, but that's just a theory.
A lawyer theory.
Just fucking. God, that's the thing. Like, I used to watch him a lot, but like, he used to have like a bunch of different theories, like for like games and stuff, and then when he hit Five Nights at Freddy's, he fucking struck gold. So like, of course, why not go where the money's at?
Yeah, I mean, and it makes sense too, right? Like, you know, you come up with some theories. You come up with like something that like ties into this game that people like, and then that gets really popular, and then now you're the guy that does that, and so now Matt Pat, I feel like, has to ingest every piece of Five Nights at Freddy's media ever, and then make between 1 and 3 videos on it per piece of media. I'm honestly, do you think they're gonna put him in the movie? Do you think they're gonna put a little game theory logo in there? Because like they may.
Oh man, I was thinking about it, and I was like, if they don't put Matt Pat in it, for sure they will put Markiplier. Like Markiplier or Matt Pat, one of the two big fucking Five Nights at Freddy's guys.
He's there,
and
I
only want Markiplier to be there as like a guy, like he's at a general store, and Josh Hutcherson is like researching the kids, and he's like, "Hey, I'm working at the fucking Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and I'm investigating stuff because weird stuff's going on." And he's like, "Do you know anything about it?" And Markiplier's on the line, Are you talking about the bite of 87? And then it fucking. That's all I want Markiplier to say. Matt Pat can get fucked. I don't want him in the movie.
Damn. Honestly, like here's what I'm thinking is number one, the scene in which old Joshy is out in the woods with the kids, that's got to be some sort of like dream that he's like having in the store, and then he wakes up from it. Like,
that makes sense.
They have to dump lore fast, but not get too deep, which is why, like, right in the trailer, they're like, these animatronics have the spirits of dead kids in them. It doesn't say anything. Like, they're not leaving anything to the imagination. They're just going as hard as humanly possible. And I feel like that is, to me, the question is then, who is this movie for? Because I don't know that it's for fans of, like, hardcore fans of Five Nights at Freddy's, right? Because, like,
I think it is.
You think so? Because, like, to me, if I was a fan, let's say, of, oh God, I don't know. Let's talk about, I was going to say Zelda, but, like, Breath of the Wild doesn't have too much of a story. Final Fantasy VI, right? If they were going to make a movie of Final Fantasy VI, and they were like, yeah, this is going to be a 3-part movie, and then in part 1, spoilers for Final Fantasy VI, they were like, yeah, Terra's actually half Esper, I'd be like, where the fuck do you go from here? Like, what does the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie look like? Are they just like, it's happening again. It's the same kids, purple guy.
They're just do like the games. Part 1 was, I guess, the current day. Then wasn't part 2 like a couple of years before?
Yeah, I think part 2 was in the past.
And so I'm thinking they do Five Nights at Freddy's, then maybe they do Sister Location, and then they do the past. Because Sister Location is like a big dump. Don't they go underground and throw someone in a furnace?
Yeah, God, it's been a while since I've had since I've like looked at the lore. I think one of them is doing that. Like, I think one of them has like a furnace. The sister location has like an underground laboratory, and but like I don't know. I guess that's how you have to do the second one. Is like you pick one of those things. But like the cool thing about those was it was like, why is this happening multiple times? Oh, it's because like of this thing, and like these are tied together because of who knows. And then in the third one, you're like, oh, they're tied together because of the ghosts of the kids. Got it. But and there's kids. Got it.
You can't do that for a movie, though. You just can't put, because it'd be a short movie. It might as well be a short film. You can't just put Josh Hutcherson there and then be like, oh, he's a security guard now, and then the animatronics come alive with no explanation. You, like, everyone knows the lore. Everyone and their fucking mother knows the lore. So you just have to lore dump a little bit. You have to exposit.
I guess, but like,
how would you do the movie without knowing the kids were in the fucking robots?
I would just hint at it the way that they should have done. Like, I would have just said, like, yeah, a bunch of kids went missing. That's why this place shut down. You maybe allude to it. You could just say
that one of the kids got his head bitten off by the animatronic. That was one of the reasons, right?
No, nobody's head was bitten off. I don't think. I think one kid was bitten in the head, and then that's what the bite of 87 / FNaF 4 is kid with head injury has bad dreams.
But I think you know that because in the game, the security guard exposits to you every single day, and you can't have that in a movie. You can have that in a movie like once, but every time you just can't have it like, oh, second night and he's there, and then fucking it's just a phone call. It can't be a 1-for-1. You're always telling me this when when I talk about shit. You're like, it can't be a 1-for-1. Like, it can't be.
Mm-hmm.
They have more freedom to give more exposition, and presumably this is a different universe than the games.
I mean, it has to be. This has to be like some reimagining of the story, but like the way that you do it tastefully is you just like allude. You say that a bunch of kids went missing, and they don't know what happened to them, and these like machines are dangerous, just like they do in the first one.
Well, maybe that's what's happening, but then like as Josh is like every single day, maybe like the spirits are reaching out to him in his dreams.
Mm-hmm.
No one's telling him this, but the spirits are reaching out.
Yeah,
to
but
him.
in the fucking trailer. In the trailer, my man says these animatronics are possessed by the ghosts of children. Motherfucker, well, like...
That's probably at the end of the movie, after he figures it all out.
I'm betting it's 45 minutes. I'm betting it's halfway through the movie. It's halfway through the movie, he figures it out, and then they continue to have wacky animatronic adventures.
I'm betting it's in the last third.
I mean, maybe. I just like... to me, it seems like the reveal of the ghost children is like, do you think people are going to show up for that or what?
If it happened at the half, and you know that kids are possessing the animatronics, why would you even go back?
To try and rescue the ghosts of the children, because his little sister is like, no, the kids reached out and they're hurting. You can release their ghosts from the animatronics.
I guess that's one dead sister you'd have.
No. She's gonna sacrifice herself. Get swallowed up by one of them, and then she's gonna pop out, and then a ghost is gonna appear and be like, "Thank you for freeing me from my prison." And then they're just gonna do that to all the animatronics, and the movie is over.
You know what? I'm gonna go see it anyway. I'm already grading it right now, and here's like my grade.
Okay.
It is for sure gonna be. Thank you, Mom. A 6.5 out of 10. Not great.
I'm gonna say you're probably right. I'm gonna say it's probably closer to a 6, but 6.5 I would also take.
I'm saying a 6.5 just because I'm gonna have fun watching it, seeing the animatronics and Josh Hutcherson's impeccable acting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm at least for my first showing, I'm gonna have fun watching it. You know what I mean?
Man,
that's what gives it a higher rating. And I think that's always how it goes. Whenever you see something like you're really excited for, you give it a higher rating, and then as like time goes on, you see it a few more times. You're just like, well, it's not that it wasn't that good, but it's still good.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Mario movie, we were dogging on it the whole time, but I love that movie.
That's great.
It's a fantastic movie, and I love it.
It's got stuff that it could improve on, but I don't think it's a bad movie at all. And
I don't think it's a bad movie. And the whole time we dogged on Chris Pratt being fucking Mario, but like
no. Not we. You. I said Chris Pratt's fine. I think it's fine.
You go back and listen to our 1-year anniversary and our first episode. Shut up.
Sure. No, I will. And I guarantee you in that episode, I said, sounds fine. Sounds like you may have a little bit of an accent, but I don't care.
You know,
no, you're the one who was like, Chris Pratt sounds like he's... What you did is you were like, let me memorize like 5 or 6 quotes about all of the good zingers about Chris Pratt, and then I'll say them right now all in a row. And you were like, oh, Chris Pratt can suck my fucking dick. That's what you said. You said that. You did that.
I didn't say that.
You did. You said, and I quote, I'm going to mail a picture of my dick to Chris Pratt, and if it doesn't come back with all the paper sucked off, then I'll know that he's a criminal. You said that.
Hey, that sounds like something I'd say.
It does.
But I defended him because everyone was complaining. They were like, Charles Martinet should have been the voice. I'm like, no, he shouldn't have. Because I don't want to hear, oh, it's in me Mario the whole fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I was debating about Chris Pratt was, is it gonna be a Brooklyn accent or is it gonna be a normal ass voice? And he surprised me. He had a Brooklyn accent, and it was fine.
It was fine.
I didn't complain about it once. I was more like, I was dogging on Miyamoto, going like, he's really cool. Fucking.
I complained about zero things with Chris Pratt's voice. None things.
I don't know. Either way, we've been having like a lot of video game movies tie-ins coming out like recently. So like I saw someone somewhere say that we're exiting the era of superhero movies and now starting the era of video game movies.
They're wrong, but that's an interesting thing to say.
They are,
to get people to click on an article.
They are wrong, but if you think about it, like superhero movies are like, how can I say? They are like, we have, of course, superhero fatigue is setting in. Like,
yeah,
you don't want to see it anymore. Like,
No.
you're not hyped like you used to be, and like more video game movies are like starting to be made, and they're actually being made competently. So I think I am open to video game being the new movie we see for the next 5 years, because it's not all like tied into one universe. You won't be like, oh, the fucking Mario and fucking Freddy Fazbear's coming out next year. Like, they're not gonna, at the end of fucking Five Nights at Freddy's, you're not gonna fucking see Sans walk out and be like, hey, we're starting the fucking movie initiative.
Yeah, we're starting the Nintendo project.
Exactly. So
here's what I think. Here's my take. I think video game movies and like series and stuff, I think that's going to get a little more popular. I don't think it's going to get nearly as popular as like Marvel has. And I also think that Marvel and DC movies are effectively over. I'm willing to say this right now. I think that the whole James Gunn DCU experiment is going to be done in 3 years. I think he's going to get probably 2, maximum 3 movies out before they're like, shut it all the fuck down.
Yeah. Especially with like the Flash bombing at the box office. But like, he didn't have anything to do with it. He's just picking up the pieces. But like, he has a contract. It can't just be like 2 or 3 movies. He has like these Superman movies and Batman movies in the works. So like, he just can't be like, well, fuck it, someone else take over.
Yeah.
Especially if they like contracted him. So.
No, I don't think he will. I think the parent company for DC, which if I'm not mistaken, is Warner Brothers. And Discovery Universal, whatever. Based off of that, I'm positive that like James Gunn is going to be like, yeah, no, I'll keep doing it if you want. And they're going to be like, yeah, I don't. How about this? How about you just take a month off, James? Let's just take a month off from this whole project. And then 3 weeks into his month off, they're like, let's take another one. How about you take 2 more? How about we pay you $100 to never come back into the office again?
$100?
Just $100.
They wouldn't buy his contract out. Just $100.
Just a hundo. Come on, man. Do us a solid.
Big hundies. Yeah, no, I don't foresee that happening. I think he'll finish what he said he'd put out, and good or bad, he's putting it out.
Man.
For Marvel, man, they could fuck off. There's nothing I want to see from them, really.
Yeah.
I care so little about what Marvel's doing. I don't want to see what Kang's up to. I don't even know what the shows are coming out. I'm not even keeping up with Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
I'm so disinterested.
And the thing is, Secret Invasion looks pretty fucking good.
Yeah. That's how like little I want to watch it.
Yeah. It's just like, why
Exactly.
is it still going?
Why? exactly. Like, right? But they're basically like just stringing up a corpse like a fucking puppet
Mm-hmm.
at this point. Just cut the strings. Just you had a good run. Just stop.
I mean, I haven't watched Guardians 3, and I hear it's great.
Yeah, but they're not doing any more Guardians.
Which is probably the right call. They're probably. I mean, I don't think they're gonna do any more anything here in a couple of years. I'm telling you, like, I don't think. I think the era of having like even one Marvel movie a year is done. I think what they're going to do is they're going to let it cool off for a few years. I think they're going to give it the Star Wars treatment where they're like, all right, we get it. Nobody wants to fucking watch it. It's fine.
Yeah, but a bunch of Star Wars stuff is coming out
on streaming, which is different. Now, Star Wars movies are starting to be made again, but the last one, Star Wars Episode 9, was what? Star Wars Episode 9? That was like, what, 2018?
Was it?
Is that right?
It was awful.
2018? Jeez. It was 2019. It was December of 2019. So we're coming up this holiday season on 4 years without a Star Wars movie.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. Because they were doing like a Star Wars movie every year and a half. And it was like, I don't need this much Star Wars.
I'm more excited about the games. Like fucking Jedi Survivor 2 looks great. Yeah. They just have to fix the fucking PC problem.
Yeah. That's like the whole thing for all of like the media stuff that's coming out for me is just that when I think about what I want, how I want to interact with Marvel from this point onward, it's not at all. I don't want to see it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to hear about it even. And then maybe if you asked me in like a few years and somebody was like, man, I wish that like, I kind of miss whenever Endgame was cool. And then, did you hear they may be doing a new Marvel, and then maybe they'll reboot the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then everybody will be excited for the first movie and a half, and then it'll die again. That's what I think is going to happen.
I want them to go like almost do like what they did at the beginning, like do another like fresh X-Men, and then do Fantastic Four, but actually have the like licenses to it. And like tie it into the Marvel. Start out like brand new. Like don't make Thanos the fucking the end game. Like have it be like I don't know Galactus, which ties into Fantastic Four, or fucking like I feel like anything they do will feel I don't like they're doing it again. Like what's another big bad in the Marvel that's like a Avengers level threat?
Oh God, I don't know. Hulk turning evil.
Oh yeah, they could do the Maestro storyline. That's Hulk in the future. But they haven't set themselves up for that.
Nope.
And the Hulk they have now is just fucking diarrhea.
Yes, he's just diarrhea.
I'm sorry, he pisses me off, and I don't want to be mean to my boy.
So like. Beyond that, I don't know that the thing that they've set them up for is they set themselves up for is Kang, right? They've done multiverse, they've done the Kang thing.
The thing about Kang is the actor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah. He kind of threw a fucking wrench in their progress.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, even if he didn't like, domestic abuse somebody,
I'm still disinterested, right?
Right? Yes. I mean, take it aside. Like, let's
pretend that didn't happen.
Let's move into a parallel universe in which Jonathan Majors just like donates to charity. Everyone loves him. He's like Keanu Reeves. I can not give a fuck about Kang, right? Like, I saw Loki, thought that was really cool. And then it was just too much. Like you want me to keep up with like, so I watched WandaVision, was like, this is great. The last few episodes, not great. But the first like 5 or 6 where it was like, This is like an existential horror mystery where like who knows what's real and what's not, and like what's a simulation and what's not. And
the thing about that is, man, it got boring quick to me. Fucking Wanda and Vision are like, they're so underwhelming as characters to me that I could not hold on to that series.
Oh man, I really loved it. All the way up until everything fell apart, and then I was like, we'll get him next time, Tiger.
Did you know she fucking what's her name? Scarlet Witch actor, what's her name?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, she did Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as Bad Wanda in that movie before WandaVision was over.
Oh my god.
They didn't even know where WandaVision was going before they turned her into a bad guy.
Damn.
Because they're filming everything so close on like a strict like timeline. Like I was seeing behind the scenes about it, like that she was just like, yeah, we didn't even finish filming WandaVision. We didn't know where it was going, and we had to stop, and I had to go film the movie because that movie needed to be out at a certain time.
God, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So okay.
Jesus, I when you say it now, I'm like, okay, all right, I see how they're doing, but like. Even like I watched Loki, thought it was great, and then I was like, "Whew, okay." I think. What do you mean? What do you mean? There's a Falcon show coming out. I don't really want to watch that. I'll watch the next one.
Yeah.
No, I kind of don't want to watch that anymore. I'll watch the next one though. Well, there's a movie. No, Black Widow. No, I don't really want to watch that either. No, I'll for sure watch Guardians though. Like I love Guardians. I'll watch. When's the third Spider-Verse movie coming out?
Next year, baby.
That's the next Marvel movie I'm gonna watch.
Well, I mean, it's Marvel, but technically Sony.
Yeah, so. It's not Marvel.
And the funny thing is, I think the reason like I like that is because it's so like fresh and the animation like is so good. Like you could do better things in animation than watching like some live action. Like having live action superheroes was like very unique back then, but like nowadays it's just like, oh god, I'm so used to this.
Yeah,
I'd rather have anything else,
dude. The thing, the way that I know that this sucks and that we're entering an era which like I don't want to watch things anymore, and I almost want to throw up when I see new ones. Watch the trailer for Blue Beetle. Looks great. I don't want to watch it.
Okay. I do. I do.
Of course you do.
Because George Lopez.
I was about to say, because you want to watch your boy George Lopez.
It's not even because like he's drawing me to the theater. It's just like, it's so weird to see him in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what he's up to. But like, Jaime Reyes is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And the costume looks cool. I'll go watch it. Maybe not like the first week. Maybe I'll give it like a week and then I'll go watch it. But
man, okay, here's the other thing about Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's releases in theaters and on Peacock. Here's the thing. So it's releasing in theaters and it's releasing on streaming. The thing that it has going for it is that it's releasing 4 days before Halloween. So like, if you want to watch some cheesy, stupid bullshit, this is going to be the time. Like, you could watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and be like, wow, that was really bad. And then that's it. Personally, if you like when people like make fun of bad movies, my ritual is twitch.tv/Master Pancake Theater. They do a live or a recorded riff of a horror movie. That is actually how I watched Halloween the first time, and 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Wait, which Halloween?
The first one.
The original?
Yep.
It's such a goofy movie.
It is.
Here's my recommendation. Mm-hmm. I do like watching riffs on movie. Mm-hmm. I used to watch Djibouti dubs do riffs on movies.
Like you do.
But now my thing is, if a movie's coming out and I don't think I'm gonna watch it, I will go over to Pitch Meeting, and they'll do a 6-minute recap of the movie, and I feel like I just watched it.
All right, that's fair.
And he doesn't do a rift. It's basically, I don't know if you've seen Pitch Meeting.
Yeah, I have. It's
I don't know.
like a comedy sketch.
It's a comedy sketch, but they explain the movie and tell jokes about like what doesn't make sense in the movie, and I feel like I've watched it. So I'll usually do that if it's a movie I have or haven't seen.
Yeah.
Like I never. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go see that movie. I better not watch it. The only time I'll do that is if I'm gonna like actively watch the movie, and it comes out. I will watch the movie and then I'll watch that. But usually I don't wait.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it does like, I don't know if we talked about this, but like spoilers don't really bother me.
Mm-hmm.
So I could like watch a review of a movie, and if it has spoilers, I'll just watch it because I'm gonna watch the movie anyway. Like I think nowadays I'm not like invested in movies anymore, so it doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
More so like with games, I'm don't spoil a game, but a movie is fine.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially because the time invested in a movie is much shorter than a game.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just what I think. I'm done with superheroes. Like of course me and you are gonna see the Batman 2 when it comes out.
Of course.
But
of course.
anything else can just pretty much not exist.
Yeah, don't care.
Just
don't care, can't care.
I just don't.
Listen.
I forgot that the Marvels was coming out,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't imagine it'll do well.
I can't either. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be presently for surprise.
I doubt it. Big time.
I mean, who knows? We'll see. We'll find out.
All right, we'll see. But
you know what I do like though, Fee?
What do you like?
I beat Tears of the Kingdom finally. This game has been out for like a month, and I have been spending every opportunity that I can get to play this game. I have been. I beat the game. I got like there's different kinds of collectibles. I got most of them. I got most of like the armor. I fully upgraded some armor. And then I went and I fought the final boss, and it was fucking sick.
Yeah, pretty much this whole month Colby's been like, I'm doing this in the game. I'm doing in our Discord. He's like, oh man, I'm getting close. And what
are you eating?
What was it? I took a little bite of a pork chop.
Jesus fucking Christ, V.
It was there and it smelled good. Anyway, what was it today or yesterday that you beat it?
Yesterday. Or day before yesterday.
Now, Colby can spoil me all he wants on that game because I'm probably not going to play it anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I listen. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone as far as Tears of the Kingdom goes. The most that I will say, the final boss fight was cinematic. It was fun. The resolution to the story, the twists and turns of the story along the way, excellent. Big fan. And you know, I had a lot of fun playing it. I think the gameplay was really good. I think the art's really good.
I think so too. I think it looks good. I think it sounds good.
Yeah.
But I've never played it, so
one of these days, Fee, I'll get you.
We talked about it before. I want to play Breath of the Wild before we play Tears, and the reason for that is, I know you don't have to play one before the other, but I feel like I'd be doing it a disservice if I didn't play Breath before Tears.
That's fair. I mean, and I think that's probably the right thing to do because I have like I gave my physical copy to Devin to play. Devin's currently playing Breath of the Wild. Once
He's
Devin
having
is
a
done with
blast.
Breath of the Wild, I'll just have him mail it to you.
Ooh, yeah, excellent. I will fucking tear into that game at work, just ad nauseum.
Hell yeah.
But I'm ready to play that game, and as soon as I beat Breath, I'll probably go out and buy Tears. If I enjoyed Breath that much.
Yeah, unfortunately, I bought Tears of the Kingdom digitally, so I cannot help you there, but
Just mail your Switch.
just mail the whole thing. It's fine.
Just mail the
Just
whole
let me delete
thing.
your save file.
Yeah, I'll delete your save file and I'll mail you my Switch. You could buy Tears on my Switch and just play it again.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
God.
My Switch is great. No, all my Switch games are on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got
That's
a
how
lot.
see, Fee? That's how they get you. They get you with these digital game buy-in shits. And they're the government.
I mean, technically, all my games are saved on a memory card.
I mean, I guess that's true, but it's tied to your account. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
I can put my account on your Switch.
I don't know that you can actually.
You actually can.
Can you?
Yes. Yes, can.
Yes, can.
Yes, you can. Yes, can.
Yes, can.
Yes, yeah, you could do that. Because I've done it before.
Huh. Okay.
So that way, like, if you go, I think that was like one of the things. If you go to your friend's house, you have a Switch, and you didn't bring your Switch, you could just put your account like temporarily on theirs, or you could just put it on their Switch and get your like save data through like the cloud.
The cloud. Well,
And then you
so
just
like, can you do that and then like get back all the data that you've like wiped out?
I think you need to have a Nintendo subscription, and I have one.
Nice.
So I think you can store your save data in the Nintendo cloud.
Good. Thank you, Nintendo. Based Nintendo. Thank you for allowing me to rent my games from you for the rest of my life. Appreciate it.
I pay $7 every 3 months to rent or to play Nintendo games, and I never play them.
Yeah.
I basically use them for the discount.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah, and I buy a bunch of fucking junk on my Switch. That I wouldn't only like at a price that's like fair enough that I wouldn't buy like on Steam. Like if they have a game, I'm like, oh, this game looks cool. It's $5. Oh, you bet your fucking sweet ass I'd buy it.
Hell yeah.
Like, or sometimes I buy physical games for my Switch, but like mostly I go and look at the deals digitally. So
That's fair.
it is what it is. I mean, whatever you want to do for your fucking handheld, I still want to get the Steam Deck because I want to. Well, I don't know if I want to get a Steam Deck. I want a PS5 before anything.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you do.
Shut up, Colby. Shut up. I'm so angry. 2 games. I want to buy a $500 console for 2 fucking games.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, welcome to me not having an Xbox 360 but wanting to play Lost Odyssey.
I mean, Lost Odyssey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the RPG, right?
Yeah.
I think you could buy it on PC.
This was back whenever it was out, Fee.
Oh,
this is like
okay,
2008.
Yeah. I was like, you can find that easily now.
I don't know if you can buy it on any other platform. I'm not going to look it up. It doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but well, I mean, I had it on Xbox 360.
Yeah, I bet because you had an Xbox 360. I did not have an Xbox 360.
Yeah, you were all in on PS3, and none of their getting like them and their no games.
Yeah, nobody was there with me.
This man had a PS3 and had Sonic 06.
Hell yeah, he did.
Oh, he lived by that game.
Hell yeah.
I never played it, and kind of glad I didn't.
Hey man, listen. Here I am out here representing, getting Sonic Nation out there. You can't hate on me for doing God's will. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm not. I'm no hate here. I only support you. I'm like a bra and I support you.
Ew.
You'll never see me dissing you, Colby. I love you.
I love you too, Fee. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I beat Tears of the Kingdom and I had a really fucking good
Very,
time.
very proud of you. Very proud of you. You don't get to finish games often, and I'm pretty glad you finished the big one.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna move on to the old 16, like probably next week.
Now I'm not proud of you.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, never mind. I'll never play it again. I'll never play it at all.
I want to play 16 so bad.
Yeah.
I wish just like next week they'd be like, oh, PC port.
Oh, PC port's coming in 20 seconds.
God, but it's probably not gonna be for another year. And I'm angry.
Yeah. That's fair.
Boy. So if anyone out there has a PS5 they're not like using, just please DM me for
please, God.
Please send
Give
it to
me something.
I'll mail it back. I just want to beat the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got those two topics out of the way, and there is a third topic we want to talk about.
Yeah. Third topic. You wanna get into this, Fee? You wanna talk about how we even got here?
Okay. So I don't know if you've heard, not you, Colby, the audience. I don't know if you heard, but because I know you've heard. But Skullgirls put out a update where they took out the Nazi symbol. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Where they took out the Nazi
symbolism.
Symbolism.
There you go.
Of like the armband on the bad characters in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And they also like took out like a butt shot of one of the characters. And I mean, it wasn't like a bare butt. It was just like an underwear butt of like the left cheek.
Sure.
And something else, I don't remember. They just took out they changed some of the art, took out the armbands on some of the characters, and we're having like a discussion in our Discord about it. And I want to talk about the game because like the game is fine. It still plays the same. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But the discussion I wanted to have is about how could you go about, I guess, not representing. All right, would represent be a good word? Like showing, I guess, symbolism of real world like bad people in media, right? How do you think it should be handled? Okay.
I mean, so here's the thing. There's a number of questions that arise as a result of this. Like, why include it at all? Like, if it makes sense for your story that you like Wolfenstein, the whole thing is about killing Nazis. Yeah. Sure, makes sense. If it's Indiana Jones. A thing that's set World War II, sure. Indiana Jones, sure. Other times, why? Like, well, it seems like a lazy shortcut to being like, I have bad guys in my game. You can tell because they're real life bad guys, and it's lazy.
But it also depends. Like, what if they're just not like Nazis? They're not like adjacent, but their theming is somewhat similar to them. Like they're like they wear like the army garb, and they have like some sort of salute. Maybe not like the fucking Hell Hitler, but they have like some kind of salute. Or like, I think a good parallel would be stormtroopers, right? Like, they are basically space Nazis.
Yeah, the thing is, they share no iconography with Nazis.
They do like the arm in the air salute. They have like their I don't know, like the way they march, like they're an army. They have a salute. They have their banners. They're basically like Nazis
Mm-hmm.
in armor. They just don't have like the swastikas.
I mean, I don't know that they actually have an arm symbol where they
yeah,
raise an arm
in
up
the
like they're Nazis.
like they put both arms up in the air like woo, but like in an angle.
I would have to see this. The point is though, like there's a difference between how similar it looks at first blush, because the things that were removed from Skullgirls is like the red armband, which is a very heavy Nazi iconography.
It was a picture of an umbrella. It was an umbrella armband.
Mm-hmm.
So it does draw parallels, but it's not the same, right?
Yeah, it's not the same, but it's not the same in the same way that, like, if I had a red flag with some black lines on it that were kind of like a diagonal box, you could probably pretty fucking quickly figure out that was a Nazi flag, right? Like, it's fair. It's in the same way where, like, this is a piece of iconography that is distinct enough that, like, if you know anything about Nazis, you know exactly what it's like an homage to, you know exactly what it's hinting at. And then the question is, why would you do that?
So like, for you, would you never, like, it, like you said, depends on the story. Like, do you want an army that's somewhat like them, like that kind of regime?
Mm-hmm.
Would you just keep it out of all media, or would you just, I don't know, there has to be a reason. There has the good enough reason, like, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, like, there has to be a good enough reason, and it has to just sort of like make sense. Because for me, if you're just saying it's the same thing as being like, look, this villain in my like show just killed a dog, or just like sexually assaulted someone. Like it's really
a dog.
It's sexually assaulted a dog.
They're real evil.
All of it is like really lazy. Like you can show me that someone is like an evil, irredeemable person without resorting to things like sexual assault and animal abuse. And those are like, again, those are like lazy ways out to like take a shortcut to show that like this person is bad, because you're not creative enough to find other ways to do it.
Counterpoint. That's how John Wick got started.
Yeah, correct. I think the reasons behind that make sense though. This wasn't like in John Wick, what it was is like John Wick's wife dies, gives him a puppy to be like, I'm dead, but have this dog. And then some assholes kill this dog. And then now my man goes and kills some dudes, right? Makes sense. The reason why I'm fine with that, as a, like, imagine if John Wick was just, take the dog out, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if it was like, if they came and killed John Wick's wife, right? And now John Wick is on this revenge plot, right?
They jerk off into her urn, like into her ashes.
Like, so yeah, imagine that they kill his wife. He's on this revenge thing. Now imagine that like 20 minutes in, like, or I guess imagine that like whenever the main dickhead like comes and like looks at John's car, imagine if like John Wick pulls away with his beautiful wife who's about to get murdered in 2 minutes in movie time, and now the bad guy goes into a store and just kicks a dog in the face to show that like he's really frustrated, and he's like, shut that fucking dog up. Like, that wouldn't, why would you do that? Like, I get that this man is a shithead. You didn't have to show me, you didn't have to tell me with animal abuse that was a thing. Like in John Wick, at the very least, this was like a plot point. It's like a story thing. That's kind of like, to me, that's kind of an okay thing. For this, in particular for Skullgirls, like based off of the images that are changed here, sure, like you have a big evil organization. They're tons of big evil organizations out there. Not all of them have a fucking red and black and white flag that looks almost like the color scheme identical to Nazi flags. Armband, red armband, fucking it screams Nazi. It's easy to see that.
I can name one other game that's done that.
Okay.
Metal Slug.
Okay.
The evil army guys that you're fighting in the game are basically Nazis. They have the army color scheme, and they have the red flag with the white and then the black like circle. And they wear the main guy wears an armband and does, I think, like some sort of salute. Doesn't look like Hitler. He kind of looks like Stalin.
Mm-hmm.
But basically Nazis, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yep, sure does look like that. Looks
I think
pretty bad.
I think though it's fine for that game because like they are cartoonishly evil and taking over the world, but you're also killing a shitload of them.
Sure. I mean, again,
you're like gunning them down, taking down their encampments and like going to where they're at and killing them.
Sure, but then the question is like, why do that at all?
I don't know to prove that they were bad. Honestly, I wouldn't even have noticed it like until like I beat the game, where I think it's like the first time, like the only instance where you see it. Like you still see the army guys in the other games, but like that's the only instance of like where you see it, like that one in part like 2, maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It doesn't look like it's a very major part of the game. So like that, it makes sense that you would have you would be able to get through the entire game without noticing that was a thing, or that like you were fighting Nazis the whole time. But like there's like, based off of the things that were removed from Skullgirls, there were a couple of ways, especially for a fighting game in which it's like, fighting games to me are just like, there are X amount of characters and then you see their animations constantly. So like, there's not a way that you could really get around it being like, hey, that kind of looks like the fucking Nazis actually. Hey, has anybody seen this? Does anybody know that there's a Nazi girl in this?
It's fair. Like, for a fighting game, yeah, sure. You could take it out and nothing, like, really, unless it's, like, ingrained in the story. Like, there has to be a good reason. But then again, what if that character's good, like, top tier? So, like, everyone's using it. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah, Nazis, like, rule in this one. But then, like, what about, like, other games? Like, fucking Call of Duty. You have to be the Nazis in those games sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you're like in team deathmatch and like sometimes you're like on the access side of like your side's winning, like sometimes you're like, oh fuck yeah, like Germans rule, like
yeah, hell yeah.
But it's a joke, like it's not like for serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in the main story, like you're just killing them, but like you can't have allied versus allied in fucking deathmatch.
Hell yeah,
it wouldn't make sense. I'm just saying. I think there are ways that you can like do that stuff in media,
sure,
and games for sure.
No,
like,
I think you're right, but I think the context about it is the context around it is very important. Like it has to make sense that you would be calling upon this imagery for some reason other than to showcase that like these are bad guys, and especially like. Like your point about things being like cartoonishly bad. The thing about cartoons is that they establish themselves as like things. This is kind of a fun make-believe, like whatever. You don't have to take this seriously kind of thing, which cheapens the impact of like actually seeing Nazi iconography. So if you were used to like. Imagine if in Metal Slug they were like very upfront about like, no, the guys you're fighting are the Nazis, and look, oh, you're shooting them with the big gun, oh, you got the crazy camel, and then you saw somebody with like, that like had a Nazi flag on like their backpack or whatever, currently, or maybe 20 years ago, if you saw somebody with a Nazi flag on their backpack, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, that's a really bad, weird thing to be doing.
Yeah, I think anyone would though, because like you can't just put a swastika on your backpack and then people are like, what the fuck? And they're just like, oh no, it's from a game. Like they're not going to give you that time to explain yourself or even like believe you. Why would they believe you?
Yeah, and that's like a very similar thing here. Like if you had this like umbrella, this Nazi umbrella logo on your backpack, people are going to be like, hey, what the fuck is that?
I think because an umbrella is a noticeable symbol, I think in that case, like people would be like, why does that look like a fucking Nazi armband?
Mm-hmm.
You could be like, oh, this is like a bad person from a fighting game.
Yeah.
Explain it. I think, and then they could make the choice to be like, then why are you wearing it? I mean, like, oh, well, you can be one of the characters in the games, and they're like really good. Not like a good person, but a good character. And you're not like making a real good case for yourself, but damn it, you're trying.
Yeah.
Like another thing, like you have to like, this has been happening in media for a long time. In like Disney, like Donald and Hitler, we knew there were bad guys. Like that's funny. In JoJo season 2, they're Nazis, right? Like they're not just German soldiers.
Yep, they are, right? Nazis.
They are Nazis.
Yes.
And they're the good guys.
They are.
Like quote unquote, I guess. They are the good guys.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, the Nazis unequivocally are bad guys in this series, except when they're fighting the vampires. Then you're like, we're all in this together.
To be fair, like, it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I think that's what it, because like JoJo doesn't explicitly come out and be like, fucking Nazis are all right in my book. Like he didn't like say that, but like the Germans,
but he
are like,
he do say like, Stroheim, you fought with honor and valiance, and even though we didn't agree on your ideas, we can all agree that you're actually a pretty fucking cool dude.
I think that's funny enough to pass, because you see a bunch of Nazi soldiers getting like fucking torn apart by like a squirrel, by a hand squirrel, and Stroheim gets his shit kicked in constantly. So I think that makes that's a pass, right? That, of course.
Nope. Here's the thing. Nope. I was deeply uncomfortable for every time. Like whenever Stroheim finally left, I was like, great. And then Stroheim came back and I went, fuck. Why are you making me like this Nazi? I hate this. Araki, I hate this. Stop this.
I think he's funny because he shows up and he's like, oh, German technology is the best.
German engineering.
And then he gets fucking blown up. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, no, like, it's great. Why make him something else? Don't make me root for Nazis.
I was like, I kept rooting for him to get like beat up more because it was funny every time.
Yeah.
But then like you also have in Dragon Ball Z, in the movie where he fights Janemba, all the evil spirits come back from hell and they invade Earth while Goku and Vegeta are fighting Janemba, and Gohan and Goten, they fight Hitler, not Nazis. They fight Hitler himself.
Yeah.
They go Super Saiyan and fight the Nazi people, and it's funny.
Yeah.
Does that get a pass?
Hard to say. I'm looking at the image of him. He's in a purple suit. He has the Hitler mustache. So he is Hitler, and he's got the little mustache, and he's doing the hand signal.
In the English dub, he has that thick German accent.
Oh, of course he does. The thing, like, I gotta say no. I gotta say no, because he's in it kind of a lot. Like, if it was a throwaway, like, look at all these bad guys that came back, and they just, like, had Hitler in there, and then fucking Go Tanks just absolutely demolishes all of them in, like, one fell swoop, sure. Okay, put Hitler in there, fine. Like, you're resurrecting all the shitheads from history, that's fine.
What?
Why did he have to have lines? Why did you have to focus on this man? Just, there's others.
He does. His throwaway line in that show is just like, "Oh, blonde hair and blue eyes," and
oh, Jesus fucking Christ, really? Oh no.
Yeah. I forget what he says after that, but he's like, "Oh, blonde hair and blue eyes," and he's like, "Oh, they are fucking good," and then like they get their shit kicked in by Go Tanks.
God.
Here, let me give you another example.
Okay.
Hitler in what's Agent Scully and Mulder? What's fucking where are they from?
X-Files?
Hitler in X-Files. He's an FBI agent.
Okay. Hitler in the X-Files. Let me look this up. Hitler X-Files.
And it's not a fake. It's Hitler.
Uh-huh.
Agent Hitler.
Good old Agent Hitler. Jesus fucking Christ. Really?
Yeah.
Oh God, this is, oh no. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Why? Why just stop.
Like,
okay, in this episode, they go back in time in the Bermuda Triangle and they see like they see Hitler, right? Like,
yeah.
X-Files Agent Hitler. I'm gonna Google X-Files Agent Hitler. Agent Hitler FBI. This is a joke, Fee.
Is it? For the longest time, I thought it was real.
The second episode of the second season of a comedy television series Danger 5 aired on SBS. In the episode, Hitler, the series antagonist, poses an FBI agent to evade the authorities and blame a disaster on the show's heroes. So
I blame memes for this. Because I remember seeing a meme of like Agent Scully and Mulder being on scene and then fucking FBI Hitler comes out.
Which
I think that's
while funny, good joke.
So funny.
But if they had like if they had an episode where they're like, yeah, it turns out Hitler was cryogenically frozen. Now he's a X-Filer, and they had a whole episode in which like Hitler was like, yeah, man, I'm out here just looking for aliens and stuff too. And they're like, do you still hate the Jews? He's like, oh, fucking hate the Jews real bad. Yeah, I still hate them. And they go to like, they're like, wow, we've got to go pick up some more documents on this alien. Hitler's like, yeah, come on into my apartment. And it's just all fucking Nazi flags. And then at the end of the episode, Hitler bravely sacrifices himself to save Agent Scully. No, go fuck yourself, X-Files. Okay, you can't do that.
What if it wasn't that? What if like he was on the team? He was on the team because he was replaced by aliens. He wasn't racist. He wasn't a Nazi. Like he was an up and coming like army guy because in Germany, I guess he had to be in the army or he wanted to be. What if like he got the old switcheroo from an alien?
He got they did the little switcheroo on him.
Like an alien switched places with him and and decided they wanted to start like a regime so they could take over Earth, but they're posing as a German soldier, and Hitler got a bad rap.
Yeah. And then now Hitler has to go clear his name. See, that's a thing that's an interesting story thing. Rather than being like, yes, we are these are the villains of the show, and they are from the Coxie Party. And they have a red flag that has a black symbol in the middle, white outline, and they have these red armbands and these like really cool black long trench coats that they wear, and they hate mermaids. They hate mermaids real bad.
Ooh, do they hate them?
Oh, damn.
But like have like alien swap Hitler, like trying to he goes into Secret Service, time travels, and is trying to like clear his name. He's like, that wasn't me, that was the alien.
So it was the alien.
He's like, I do not hate Jews, I'm half Jew.
I'm a painter. Hey.
Dude, what if that was a thing? Like he was like, as he was a painter, like he got swapped, and that's when the switcheroo happened.
Man,
like I'm not saying what he like. I'm not trying to say what he did was like wasn't like horrendous, because it was. But like, wouldn't that be like a stupid funny story? But like people be like, you're glorifying Hitler. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, whatever he did was like super stupid bad, but this is funny, isn't it? But I think that could work.
Sure.
Because in this universe, he was never a bad person. He doesn't hate anybody. He was in a bad place at a bad time. The aliens could have took anyone.
It could have been anyone, and instead, I mean, could have been any soldier. It could have been Gregory McGerman, and Gregory McGerman would be the guy that we all hate. Yeah, he got this real fucking Gregory McGerman mustache. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But like another example in the medium was it only ran for one episode on air, but it was an English comedy.
Are you about to tell me why?
Because the main character was Hitler, and I think the thing was he lived with his fictional wife, and his neighbor, like he was just Hitler. He was just Hitler, and it was just a fucking basically a CBS like comedy about Hitler and his everyday life of just living in an apartment next to people and him getting into wacky hijinks.
God.
And, it got one episode and never aired again, and it was taken off air. Because
why?
I don't know. It's don't ask me. This happened a long time ago in England. I think it's funny. I think that is a case where probably not a good idea, right? Because you want to root for Hitler in that case, because even though he was a German soldier and a Nazi in the show, but if you're watching the show, you're like, I don't want anything bad to happen to this guy. He's funny, right?
Yeah.
He's funny.
He's my pal Hitley.
Old H to the Hitler. I don't want anything bad to happen to him, but like in that instance, you don't want that on air because it downplays. But if you're gonna have them like on a show, have them get like their shit kicked in it all the time, like Popeye when if he fights. Like Popeye fighting the Nazis, like he's like, oh, he's like, you wanna take me olive oil? I'm gonna fight Hitler. Fucking eats his spinach and then fucking punches them into hell.
And then he punches through their guts. It's the bloodiest episode of all time. It's crazy.
And like it makes sense. He was a fucking sailor like during that time, so. Are like fucking Donald Duck like dreaming he was in the fucking German army.
Yeah.
Slaps Hitler like Bugs Bunny fucking blowing up Hitler.
God. Man.
Like, I don't know. I like. There's not a lot of like shows like that have like that kind of iconography that they're not bad people, JoJo excluded.
Hmm.
But like, you don't see it often enough. You can have evil organizations as long as you know they're evil, unless like you can vote, you can root for bad guys, just don't root for like real world bad guys, right?
Hmm.
Like Jesse and James, you don't want anything bad to happen to them.
True. I'm really glad that in Pokemon they're not wearing Nazi uniforms and doing fucking salutes to Giovanni.
Well, I mean, they do they. I feel like they have like they bow, but like I don't know.
It's different.
I feel
I think we
like
all
if
know it's different.
it is different. I feel like though, if like Team Rocket was in real life, I feel like they'd be doing some evil saluting.
Hmm.
If they were in real life.
Oh, probably.
But these are it's different because Jesse and James aren't like every other Team Rocket people. They're comedically incompetent.
Yeah, they're
And they
little
don't
goofballs.
sometimes they don't like doing like bad things
Hmm.
other than steal Pikachu, and they've been trying for like 30 years.
Good old
Although
Pikachu.
they did I was watching it on Netflix, and they did hold up a store with guns.
Hell yeah, they did.
And but they didn't call them guns, so that's in the English dub. That's how they got
They
away
called them
with it.
fun sticks.
They called them, oh shit, like freeze ray or something, like snowball gun.
Oh no.
They're pointing gun. They didn't even like dub over the guns. They're like, we have these freeze rays.
They're literally like Colt 45 cowboy guns.
They're like, fucking.
I've got ice
God.
cubes in here.
This just freezes you where you stand forever.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm like, I think we could both agree. Like, there has to be a good reason, and if you're gonna have an evil organization that are like blatantly evil, don't make them redeemable.
Yeah, don't make them sympathetic. Or if you're gonna do that, don't make them don't model them after real people that exist, because then can you imagine being like someone whose like grandparents died during the Holocaust, and then now you're playing this goofy ass video game and you're like, oh yeah, it's just Hitler who took my grandparents away from me a very long time ago, and he's just being a little goofball.
Could you imagine if Call of Duty did like like in Star Wars, right? Like, you know how you can get the heroes, like you could be Luke Skywalker or whatever. But in Call of Duty, like one of the heroes you get for the access is just Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
You can unlock Hitler, you can be Hitler, and you can get like different costumes for him.
Yeah.
And he has a special like kill that you could have only when you're Hitler.
Yeah.
Would that be bad?
That would be pretty bad, Fee, I think.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay.
In the sense that you should stop being a person that can do that.
The thing is, I wholeheartedly agree. It would be very, very bad, very awful. But it'd be funny as hell to see it at least once and never again.
And never again.
Not put it in the game. I'd love to see like someone put like, let's say Activision puts out a trailer and they're like, you could be Hitler for the access, and then they get like shit on so bad they're like, never mind, no,
never mind, no, sorry.
But the trailer's already out there, so it would be like really funny if that happened.
God,
I kind of just want to see them try to glorify like Hitler in that way, where it's so stupid. I don't know. I think sometimes we could laugh at these things as long as you know that they're bad.
Right? it's very circumstantial, but IMO, just don't put Nazis in your thing unless like
You're
there's like a
Wolfenstein.
historical reason or a fucking like you've got a pretty good reason for it. Otherwise, it's just like, hey, instead, what if we did literally anything else? What if you had the creativity to come up with your own shit? That would be cool.
Yeah. I think Call of Duty and Wolfenstein get a pass.
Yes, I think for sure Wolfenstein. Call of Duty did have some historical stuff. Like Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor gets a pass for sure because that was like based on World War II.
Yeah, well, Call of Duty has World War II.
Call of Duty does. If they did World War II stuff now, I would be a little like, I don't know why you needed to do that, but that's fine.
I mean, like, well, why though?
Mainly because, like, to me, Call of Duty now is like a modern / future warfare game, and now to be like, oh yeah, you're going back in time, you're gonna throw your potato masher and bucket, you're gonna go kill them Nazis. It's like, well,
this is, oh dude,
I get it. It's historical. It's like a historical accuracy, and that also goes back to the roots of Call of Duty, but also like, I don't know, dog. Why?
I think it would be cool if Call of Duty did like a multiversal thing where like the timeline's out of whack and now you gotta shoot the Batkins who are like roaming through the timeline just causing havoc.
They're out there.
They're out there and they're recruiting all of like history's greatest like fucking foes. Like you got Hitler and Stalin and fucking Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
Fucking just good. Like I feel like in that maybe the game I'm explaining it would probably be okay because like you're killing them. Call of Duty I don't think would ever do that, but the game I just fucking propose would be like a silly goofy thing. It would be silly and goofy enough to where it could be okay because like they're the bad guys, you're killing them, their history's worst villains.
Yeah, maybe it's all extremely dependent on like how tastefully it's done, how seriously they're treating the source material. The question is like, imagine that you're like a 60-year-old man whose parents were killed in the Holocaust and you saw this. Would you be pissed off about it? Could you reasonably be pissed off about it? If yes, don't do it. And I feel like that's not a hard thing to do. I've literally never written or created a piece of media that features anything that could possibly get somebody to be like, I'm mad about this because my parents died in the Holocaust.
It depends, right? Like I said, you're not playing as them, like you're actively either killing them or like kicking their ass the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
They're not being glorified. They're the bad guys and you're taking them down.
Mm-hmm.
Like say like that example I gave, like history's greatest foes, like they're being like gathered together in one place. So like you got to go and defeat them. So like you have a Turtles in Time style beat 'em up with like, I don't know, a group of rat teenagers who have to stop the bad guy. And every level's a different, like you have the World War II level where you're fighting Nazis up up a fucking, what's it called? The bay where the fucking the ships landed.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting up there, and then at the end, here comes old Hitler, and you gotta beat his ass, and at the end, like you blow him up. Like that's you whittle his health bar down, and he pulls out a grenade and throws out a salute, but then blows up into pieces.
You at the end of the game, you're like, you know what? I can't take a life, even yours. And then Hitler tries to like backstab you, but you turn around and you're like, never mind. And then you grab a grenade, you take out the pin and you shove it directly into his ass and watch him explode from the inside out. Maybe that's okay.
Yeah, you pull a Batman Begins. He's like, I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you, and you throw him straight into hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know, something like that.
Just a hole opens directly to hell, and then you kick him in.
That would be like the first level, because then like you'd have other levels. Like the next one would be like Stalin and like Bin Laden, and you're fighting one of the planes on 9/11. I don't know. Stupid. I'm stupid. I'm sorry.
God.
Oh shit! I think that's we're at time.
That's got to be it, everyone. Listen, we're out here. We're recording this live. We're doing this live on twitch.tv/GoGetUsPod. You can catch us live there. If you set us a follow, you will get a notification on your phone that we are out here doing it. If you want to catch the replay, you can catch it on our YouTube channel. It comes out at 2 p.m. the same day the audio version of this podcast comes out, which is at 5 a.m. on every podcatcher. So that's that would be YouTube. That is going to be Apple Podcasts. That is going to be Spotify. That is like all of them.
Yep. All of them.
We're all there. And in
We're
fact,
everywhere.
if you want to get some like little samples, you want just a little taste. We got shorts. We got TikToks. You're gonna love them. You send them to your parents. They're gonna love them. Promise.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I send them to my parents every time. They love them.
Yeah. They're. I bet that they're super supportive. And they say, you know what? That fee's a good boy.
He's a good mijo. I'm showing them to my dad right now. He's right here next to me.
Yeah.
He loves them.
He loves them. He doesn't laugh or anything, but I can tell.
I can tell. His silence is very telling.
Mm-hmm.
Jokes aside, his urn is right next to me.
Good.
He loves them though.
Good.
My brother too. Yeah. So you can look us up. We're everywhere. Every podcatcher. We're on YouTube, Shorts, all that jazz. That's Go Get Us Pod. Type it in. Look us up. Give us the likes. Give us the follows. Give us the subs.
Yeah.
That's all we ask for.
Just come on. Come on.
What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? But before you do that, what I want you to do, God, what I want you to do, I want you to go to your local or nearest Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
I want you to go up to the manager and be like, "Hey, I'll be your night security guard. Go and get the job. On your first patrol, I want you to do your job, and then when you find the animatronics, I want you to put your hand into good old Charles Entertainment Cheese's mouth, let him bite it off, and then when the ghost comes out with your disembodied hand and runs away, I want you to go get him.
Go get him. Listen, this may be the most dangerous thing Fee has ever told you to go do, but you know what? No. That's on you. You know what? If you follow Fee's advice, that's your thing.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to really go do it. I'm saying that you could do it, right?
Could.
I would say the spider one is my most dangerous advice.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the spider. Yeah, this one though? I feel like you could maybe bleed to death with this one.
Yeah, but this one's circumstantial, and there's a lot of like, the Chuck E. Cheese has to have a security guard, has to have a night guard. Most Chuck E. Cheeses don't have animatronics anymore.
It's true.
So
got just guys in suits, and if you stick your hand inside of one of those, people do you do go to jail. You do go to jail.
Yeah, you do. It's looked down upon. You shouldn't put your hand in the rat's head.
You shouldn't put your hand inside a man.
You should
on the clock.
You shouldn't put your hand in a rat. Just
good life advice, honestly.
Good, yeah. I mean, go. Good life. Go get him. Go. Fuck you. Goodbye.
Damn.